Early game in Arc Raiders can feel rough. If you're new to the game, this is for you, or if you prestiged and you're starting over, a lot of this will still resonate, even if some parts feel more obvious. When I say early game, I mean up to level 30 or until all crafting benches reach level 2. I'm intentionally not calling this a beginner tutorial. This is about early game priorities and quality of life improvements that respect your time and help you speed up your progress. Before you even load into a raid, there's one setup step that saves you mental energy for the entire early game. Go into your workshop tab and track every available crafting station, including the upgrade for Scrappy. This removes the need to remember what you're looking for in raid, and tracked items are then marked with an eye icon. Looting becomes way easier. Once everything is tracked, it's all grouped in the logbook tab. You can access that menu even while in game to get a better idea what to aim for. Remember, even when you get the materials and build the stations, repeat the tracking process for upgrading to level 2 as well. Once your tracking is set, the next early game decision that actually matters is how you enter raids, free loadout or custom. Free loadouts are a tool, not a default way to play. They're perfect for your first raids when you're still exploring and learning maps, routes, and basic enemy behavior. They also make sense for questing, scouting hot loot zones, or rebuilding your stash when the economy is rough. In those situations, the low risk lets you explore and loot without pressure. Think of free loadouts like this. They're for information gathering and recovery. The problem isn't free loadouts themselves, it's staying on them for too long. Because there's no real downside to dying, they slowly teach the wrong incentives. You start rushing, ignoring positioning, and treating deaths as meaningless. And that learning doesn't fully transfer when you start using your own gear. At some point, free loadouts stop teaching you how to survive and start slowing real progress. The moment you're familiar enough with maps, enemies, and mechanics to start surviving raids, free loadouts drop in efficiency. That's when custom loadouts start paying off. Custom loadouts are objectively stronger than free kits, so let me bring you up to speed with the advantages here. They basically change the type of raid you are playing. You define your own gear, bring exactly what supports your playstyle. You have more healing, which means longer fights, and fewer forced extracts. Medium or heavy shields give you a margin for mistakes. Upgraded weapons and attachments improve reliability, not just raw stats of the weapons. You have more backpack space, which increases how much utility you can carry or how much value you can extract every single raid. And also, this is a big one, the safe pocket, which lets you protect high value items like rare materials for your crafting stations or hard found blueprints. The downside though is obvious, you lose your gear on death. But in early game, controlled risks accelerate progression. You convert what you've learned into consistent extracts, which means more progress for the same time invested. This is the part I really wish someone told me when I started. Early game loadouts don't need to be fancy, they need to be reliable, cheap, and able to handle whatever the raid throws at you. I'm going to focus on grey weapons because that's where the early game actually lives. But before weapons, let's quickly talk sustain, because early game deaths often happen when you simply run out of healing. If you unlock field crafting early in the right red skill tree, you should always think about carrying basic materials you find or recycle in raid. Keep a slot flexible for fabric and rubber parts, because fabric turns directly into bandages for flat healing, and rubber parts combined with arc power cells, which by the way drop even from the basic arc enemies, let you craft shield rechargers mid-raid. That means you're not limited to what you brought in, you can create more sustain when things get messy. Next up, we have utility habits. Always carry one damaged throwable with you, because current throwables deal a ton of damage while also being great for things like forcing movement, finishing downs, or creating space. Next to that, keep one free slot for learning other useful items. Early game is where you figure out what utility actually does in real fights or movement. Using it will teach you far more than reading descriptions. One quick game-changing item to try early is the stamina shot. It's cheap, it's effective for covering long distances, PvP and PvE. Try it once, and the first time you're sprinting for extract with a rock deer chasing you, trust me, you'll feel the difference. Now let's talk some weapons. Stitcher and Kettle are not PvP only weapons, they can handle arc, but they're most efficient against players at close to medium range. They shine in fast fights, but they are very ammo hungry and they start to struggle against tougher arc enemies. You'll still clear weaker arc just fine, they're just not the most efficient tool for it. That's where the Pharaoh comes in. Pharaoh works both in PvE and PvP, but it really shines against arc enemies at a medium to long range. It's very ammo conservative and also very good for poke damage against players. Landing that first hit at range often lets you push in and finish the fight with your Stitcher or Kettle. So here's the simple takeaway for this 2-slot setup. One light ammo weapon that's efficient against players and one heavy ammo weapon that handles arc reliably. And the best part, Pharaoh is dirt cheap to craft, it's meant to be replaceable, so you're not afraid to use it or swap it out mid-raid. Early game loadouts work best when you cover two problems, arc enemies and unexpected PvP. Allow me to close this off with a quick and compact recap so you have a foundation to focus on. Bring out crafting materials for your level 1 and level 2 benches, and don't forget about your trusty companion Scrappy. Upgrade stations as you can, sell valuables for coins, and expand your stash early so you have room to organize and keep important items. Complete quests as you go, at your own pace of course, and don't hoard your gear. Use it, lose it, learn weapons and utility by actually fighting, arc, players, or maybe even both. Knowledge is power in this game, and you gain it faster by experimenting than by holding back. I'm trying to build this channel around clarity, not clickbait, and if that's something you value, liking the video and subscribing is the best way to support it. This was early game, next we'll break down a bunch of things about the mid game. Good luck out there, and I'll see you in the next video.